Hey, the news isn't good. We stopped here near our hotel to eat a hamburger, right? Because nobody ate last night before the Flamengo game and everything. So, that late night near the hotel, we found an open burger place here, right? A little burger joint. And we were here, just relaxing and all. We had already discussed Arrascaeta's situation, but when you actually get the real news, that's when it hits you, right? Roque, what happened?
They just released a report now saying that Arrascaeta will have surgery on Thursday, right? The 30th today, and the team will fix the fracture in his clavicle. You have a nice voice, don't you? And the team?
I'm just trying to lighten things up. The mood is.
The ones responsible for the surgery will be Marcio Scheffer, Bruno Tibaldi, while Fernando Sasaki, Flamengo's doctor, will accompany them. The surgery is scheduled for tomorrow in Rio de Janeiro. Is it today? To fix Arrascaeta's fracture, which should keep Arrascaeta out for Flamengo for about 45 to 50 days for recovery.
Man, what a shame. It's news we really didn't expect to have to bring at a time like this. I feel bad for him, so close to the World Cup, to go through this, and even worse, Flamengo has some important games coming up now. He was on a really strong run. And it's important for us to say here, man, Arrascaeta takes a while to get going, but when he does, he's unbeatable, right? When he gets going, he's unbeatable, though it takes time to find his rhythm. He was really getting into it.
And this time off, it's almost like a new preseason. He's going to have to start all over again, almost like a new preseason. And if he doesn't go to the World Cup, besides these 40 days off, now there are another 50 days because of the World Cup.
And there's the emotional factor, the sadness, the discouragement. So, Simon, tough situation, huh, man?
Really bad for us, right? I'm very, very worried, of course, besides Arrascaeta's future and the expectations for his career. Mainly with the 3 Libertadores games Flamengo still has in this first phase, he's essential, right? Today, he was doing really well, and that's it.
Joe Carrasco can't replace him.
He's not having a good year. He's not in good form right now. It seems like he doesn't take responsibility on the field, Carrasco, like he should. And the thing is, this is a symbol of the violence that upset Flamengo's team in this game. Carrasco was injured. Bruno Henrique got ready at home.
The outrage of Danilo, Bodo, and Royal.
Carrasco's injury, I think, really represents what this match was like.
That's it, guys. Unfortunately, the worst possible news. And now we really have to count on Lucas Paquetá. Paquetá, now it's your moment to prove those 42 million euros were worth it.
Good evening. This referee was the same one who officiated the Flamengo game last year against Racing, and he sent off Plata. Do you think he was inconsistent today?
Yeah, it's nothing against the referee, it's just a matter of consistency. That's exactly what you're saying. The referees officiate one way outside Argentina and another way here in Argentina. We know about the aggressiveness of the Argentine teams, that aggressiveness belongs in football, but violence does not. And it's up to the referees to put a stop to that. It's not the team's fault, they just play whatever they're allowed to. Now, there are 2 clear cases for sending off, really clear ones, and the referee didn't give what he should have, which would have calmed the Argentinians down a bit. But, well, we're already used to that, and this is also a message so that this doesn't turn into a war. Our locker room looks like the players just came from a war, not a football match. Jorgiano.
How is Jorgiano?
Not well, right? He's not well because of his injury, and he's also not well psychologically. Not well psychologically.
What is the first diagnosis, and how long do you think it will take?
I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but according to the literature and according to our doctors, it could be something that takes 2 months.
Regarding the fracture, the medical department will do further tests tomorrow to get a...
We'll do one later so I don't make a mistake here because I'm not a doctor, right? The information we have is that it's a fracture. He's immobilized. Tomorrow, in principle, they'll see how it is. If surgery is needed, I don't know. You mentioned the red cards.
But there's controversy regarding Estudiantes' goal.
They saw the play?
Was the ball on the line? I didn't see it clearly, so I can't comment. Now, I want to talk about 2 plays that are completely obvious, and one of them, like I said, Bruno didn't pull his leg back. It was really serious. And the referee didn't even give a yellow card. Not even a yellow. The one from Real, from behind, that's a straight red. Any play like that is a straight red. If the referee was officiating in Brazil, or in Peru, or in Chile, maybe he would have done it differently. That's all. It's because Argentine teams are very aggressive. We like that. Not aggression, but with moderation so it doesn't turn into violence.
Flamengo is thinking about filing a complaint about the team. Obviously, when we analyze it, we could have won the game, the refereeing, and everything else. But the result that Flamengo gets in Argentina, with everything that happened, and the position Flamengo is in within the group, the sadness, maybe because of Arrascaeta, but it's a result.
The result isn't bad. The result is not bad. We always like to win, and we could have... The play that led to their goal first came from our mistake, which could have killed the game, made it 2-0. But given the circumstances and even considering our position in the group, it ends up not being a bad result. When you can't win and you can't manage to win, a draw is better than losing, okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Danilo,
Talk to us for a bit.
Please.
go on.
Paparazzo.
Hey, Danilo, many mention a possible referee mistake, but I think it's more important to discuss something else.
No, me. Of course, me, of course.
Thank you, thank you. But regardless, the team played good soccer and got a result. It's bad to draw with so much rotation, like they're saying, but Flamengo managed to get a result that keeps them at the top of the group, right?
The referee was well below the standard of the occasion. It was a great show. The fans, the atmosphere, everything was wonderful. But the referee was way below. That said, I stand by the character of the team, the fight, the effort, and obviously we wanted to win the match. There's a bitter taste because of the draw, because we go anywhere to try to win, but like I said, the character of the team and the fight remain. And unfortunately, Arrascaeta is also out, so I want to send him my support. The group has to come together more and more to face this kind of situation. Of course, but guys, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? The guy jumped on Emerson's shin like that, just like that. The other defender went in maliciously on Bruno Henrique and almost got hurt himself because of how recklessly he went in. But what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, guys.
It's Danilo.
Last week, a movement started in Brazil with some journalists and the media saying that Flamengo was usually favored, that any play involving Arrascaeta was considered a penalty. Do you think this narrative already makes referees go onto the field with a certain ill will, always looking at Flamengo that way, and being inclined not to call things in their favor? Even plays like, for example, Royals or Bruno Henriquez didn't even get a yellow card in.
The Bruno Henrique play there.
Man, but it's hard for us to keep talking about refereeing because one day you're favored, the next day you're harmed. Look, it happens. I've said it many times when I was favored, when I was harmed. It happens, but there are things that are very clear. Like today, it's something clear, obvious. I mean, the play with Bruno Henrique, I'm not even asking for a straight red card. I'm asking for a clear, obvious, evident second yellow that anyone in the world would give a yellow card for, you know? Then you come here to talk about refereeing, a cool game, great atmosphere, top pressure, a Libertadores match, just wonderful to play, you know? You also have to mention the referee since he lacked the courage to give a card, right?
Daniel Bodo talked a lot about the situation. It seemed like a war scene in the locker room. Royal man with a bleeding nose, with a bruise on his rib. Do you think Estudiantes tried to match Flamengo in strength, and that's why it was this kind of game that, in Boto's words, was like a war scene?
No, but man, it was just clashes, fights, hard hits. That's Libertadores. In that sense, this kind of situation happens. But when you cross a clear line, then we're going beyond a limit that harms the sport. And I'm saying this to Flamengo and to any other team as well. This kind of play has to be clear, guys. You can't make mistakes like that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Obviously, as an Argentine coming to play in Argentina is always special. Then, well, the match. It's obvious that it leaves us with a bit of a bitter feeling that we couldn't get the win, but it's important to be able to bounce back and go home with a point.
Well, how are you?
You who have already been a champion, do you think Flamengo gets stronger after the group stage?
No, over there.
Of?
Talking about getting stronger and so on, obviously the group stage ends up being more difficult, more competitive. Playing in the Libertadores is a competition where you need to have that kind of competitiveness. They were more aggressive and let play continue with fewer fouls. Honestly, we leave today with a somewhat bitter feeling.
With penalties because of Falou,
Thank God he's completely on the ground.
Because that could have caused an injury.
Manizon was seriously hurt, and the referee.
Just gave a yellow card in the second half now.
We're still leading the group.
Which is the most important thing. And my last question, you have to defend the title. You who played as goalkeeper at Boca, do you think Boca Juniors is one of the teams that can fight for the title this year?
That's your opinion, honestly. We care about ourselves. The other teams know it. It's up to them. Last one here, Agostinho.
Emerson, are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry. I wanted you to talk a little about everything that happened in today's game, especially that moment when you got hit with a scissor tackle from behind, right? We heard you have a bruise there. I wanted you to talk a little about today's game, maybe a game that was more aggressive than it should have been.
For me, as always, like I just said over there, if the game is physical but fair, I agree. I like that. That's how the game should be. But there were a lot of unfair actions today, especially that scissor tackle you mentioned, thank God. My foot wasn't completely on the ground because that could have caused a serious injury. And the referee only gave a yellow card. He didn't even go to the VAR to review the play in the second half just now. It was a play where I fell inside the box, which for me was a penalty, but I didn't see the replay. But whether he gives the penalty or not, it's his decision. But after the play, I take off running. The defender steps in front of me, bumps my chest, assaults me, then curses at me on the ground. I get up and the referee gives me a yellow card. Still, we get really upset because this ends up ruining the show.
The bruise looks really bad, Emerson. Can you show us the bruise on your rib? They say you have a bruise there.
No, I'm fine. It hurts here. It hurts on my leg too, and my neck hurts because the hit I took jerked my neck. It hurts, but that's part of it, Pedro Emerson.
What did the referee say to you there? When you guys went to question him about your play, the scissor tackle, what did he explain to you?
He told me the player here didn't use enough force for a red card. I replied, a scissor tackle from behind. Do you need to break a leg for it to count as excessive force?